Alright, hello and welcome to the eVenture family channel. You're joining us here in beautiful Courchevel, France, where we've just spent an entire week skiing and drinking espressos and of course vinchade and chocolate chade and all of the chades from Asa Fromage. But we are about to head out of here, sadly. I am not ready to go. It's been absolutely beautiful and we got so lucky with the snow. We had amazing skiing, the best skiing I've ever had in my life, and this resort is just incredible. It is so big and just endless. You've got Courchevel, Miraval, Val Thorens, and several other little towns along the way. There are, I think, close to 1,000 different ski trails here, over 100 lifts for sure, maybe even a couple of hundred. And I feel like we only saw a small fraction of it even across the week that we were here. Our little one did lessons and absolutely loved it. Oh, so as you can tell, I'm not ready to go, but we've just packed up our ID.Buzz and we are going to be heading back on the road. We're going to be charging at the Tesla fast charger in Albertville, site of the 1992 Olympics. Actually, chargers are right near the Olympic flame. And then heading back up into Switzerland, we'll be heading to Lausanne, staying there for 2 nights, and probably heading to Crans-Montana for one more ski day while we can cram it in here before we head back home. So it should be an interesting little road trip in the European Alps. So come along with us and let's go for an adventure.
That's right.
Alright, so we're just leaving. We somehow gained 2% before leaving. I don't know if that's already from regen or if we just had some BMS recalibration over the week that the car was sitting and off. But we were at 41% when we got here. Now we're at 43. Be interesting to see if we can get all the way up to 50 or something coming all the way down the mountain. So post up there. Alright, we've made it most of the way down the mountain, not all the way yet, and we're up to 48% now. We're down to just under 2,000 feet of elevation, so a couple hundred more feet of descent, so we might end up at 50% almost by the time that we get into town. an ID.7 up there, which seems like it is never going to the US now, even though it was supposed to. And I don't know, it's Volkswagen, so maybe they wouldn't have sold that many because they probably wouldn't market it all, but I think that could have been a pretty popular one.
What was it?
The ID.7 is like a sedan version of the ID.4. It would have been pretty affordable. I think it would have competed well with the Model 3, and it actually had like decent charging and road trip like range too, so could have done better. Oh well. One other little notice thing here is the controls on the screen for climate and the volume. Actually, all the buttons on here, they're all piano black. This vehicle has way too much piano black in it. And all of the touch points are piano black, which is like this silliest thing because you get fingerprints and dust all over it. But they don't light up, so you can't see them like in a tunnel like this or at night. So they did fix that on this year's, that was the thing like common in all ID vehicles. They fixed it on this, I think the 2025 ones. And the ID.Buzz in the US will have lights on it, but still pretty bad. And then all of the buttons in here feel horrible to press. Very, very bad like switch gear overall Volkswagen. Oh my god, so we're here at the Tesla charger and there's a ton of chargers here.
While you're figuring this out.
There's, it looks like they initially had like a dozen or so V3s or V2s, and then they put in extra V4s here, and these are open to everyone, so there's so many, and then the line snakes all the way around back here. I'm gonna look and see if there's another option around here. I'm gonna guess like this probably moves pretty quick because there's so many stations, but yikes. Did not expect this at all.
Though that's a line.
Yeah.
Cold.
Did not expect this.
Anderson, that means.
All right, so we just got to the Tesla charger here in Annecy, France.
They're about to.
And a bunch of chargers here, but they're
Hold on, let me figure
the old like V3 or V2 ones even. Short cables, and we've got the problem here where we're on the wrong side for all the Teslas. There was one spot available, and it's apparently out of order. So now we've got to figure out where we're gonna go instead. different spot.
I think some people are leaving.
All right, success. Here we go. We're ramping up charging, 90 kilowatts. Oh my God, is that the max one that this will do? Wow, that's horrible. All right, well, good thing we have to run inside and go to the bathroom for everybody, and it's probably gonna take a little while. But ouch, horrible charging. Okay. I don't know if that is a Tesla limitation. No, it can't be because we're not voltage limited here. I think that's the best that this does. Yikes. That's real bad. Oh well. Off into La Galerie. Nice spot here with we've got charging on both sides, and then there's 60 shops here. It's like a little strip mall almost, French version of a strip mall. This gallery here is like the big store, and then you've got some food and stuff, gas stations, there's a Lidl, kind of everything you would need. And then we've got this crazy fog, sort of like cloud inversion layer, I think, from the mountains. And then off that way, it's the lake and the mountains through there. Not a bad area to be charging. All right, so charging here in Nancy, finally got Tesla's to leave so we can charge. And unfortunately we're blocking a spot because we're on the wrong side. And these cables are still the old shorty ones. So yeah, these are V3s. But pretty cool, they've got the CCS on here. So any vehicle can charge here on it. And we'll get going in a second here. All right, so we charged at 83%, nice little spot in there. And we were still getting 77 kilowatts up that far.
We're gonna look up the order.
And okay, we'll figure that out. And most I saw was 97 kilowatts, so very flat charging curve from at least 22% or whatever it was when we got here, all the way up to over 80%. But very slow charging curve here. But whatever, at least there was some stuff to do here. Got some shopping in, picked up our jams.
Don't make fun of my jam situation. Look.
All right, so next stop is going to be Lausanne.
Bon Maman.
Very
Bon
nice.
Maman.
I looked up
€2.
there's charging between Lausanne and Crans-Montana also, so we could charge on the way back from there. There's a bunch of like Shell recharges, which we can figure it out. I'm pretty sure that app we could do. Okay. All right, off to Lausanne next. All right, so we're in Switzerland now, and almost to Lausanne. And this drive that was supposed to be, what, 2.5 hours, right?
No, it kept saying 2:44.
Okay,
It was almost
sure.
3 hours.
Okay. We are now at 6 hours in the car. Now granted, probably 45 minutes was charging. Actually, I think it was only 40, whatever. 45, including the waiting for a spot to open up and unplugging and everything. But just traffic has been horrible along the whole way. Here's another gendarmerie. Oh jeez, this person drove totally off the road. Yeah, okay. Well, at least the accidents have been legitimate. People are not just stopping traffic for fender benders. How did they end up down there?
What did you guys do?
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Did they fly off of here?
We
Get over there.
I don't know.
You
Anyway,
like that?
bunch of like vineyards here. No grapes on the vines, shockingly, at 1 degree, 2 degrees Celsius. But so now that we've been in this ID.Buzz for nearly 6 hours, we can probably do a little bit more of a in-depth review. So, how are you doing comfort-wise?
My butt's sore.
Yeah, me too. These are not like the most comfortable seats. They have at least a little bolstering like on the sides, but they're pretty hard.
Mine too.
Yeah, how are you? You're all sore?
Yeah.
Your seat back there is basically just like a flat bench. I feel like my seat is also very high up in the air.
You are much higher than me.
That's a different thing.
Okay, that's
I can't see any stoplights because they're all super high here in this part of France and Switzerland. And I guess I'm too high up because I can't see like that way through the windshield. I think because I'm up so high. Here's an IKEA. We've seen some interesting charging stops on the way. Some of the like highway rest stops have the big beefy Alpatronic ones, so that might be what we do if we need to charge on the way to the airport. What is that? Swiss Elite Gallery. It's a furniture store.
Very like cozy
Nice,
looking
yeah.
furniture store. Look at this Costco.
Yeah, so we're down to 20 minutes. Alright, so comfort, decent, not great in here, so yet another strike in the road tripping thing.
There's a ton of legroom and like storage room up here though. For
Yeah,
bags.
it is very open up in the front, which is nice. And then like having both the cup holders in the front and then this little like center console thing has been nice. Like it actually feels like we have enough room for everybody's stuff. And you've even got leg room with your 12 bags up there.
Well, I have the snack bag and then I have the passport bag.
Yeah. We also did some detouring to find the VATS refund thing along the border.
Not well marked.
And yeah, so Switzerland now, it's been getting
Chiquita banana.
it's been getting grayer and grayer the more into Switzerland we've got. I'm still enjoying driving this. It still drives quite well, even though we've been mostly on the highway. But I had no problem like when we're in the back roads. Also, Chiquita's got chargers.
Branded chargers.
Yeah.
6 times 10, how many
The acceleration has been good in the stop and go traffic. The other thing is the regen braking is good, but the fact that it just doesn't stop and like hold unless you press the brake is kind of annoying when you're in stop and go traffic. It's all the way in the trunk, though. Yeah, acceleration has been fine. I've just been in normal mode the entire time. I guess we could have done eco to eke out a little bit more, but
we didn't change it to
no,
eco?
it's more big.
We didn't change it to eco?
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah, we're in
eco
eco.
the whole time.
Maybe we would have had more power otherwise. But yeah, no problem like maneuvering it. Even we went through. Look at the truck you got through the vineyard. We were driving through like the little old town there on like single lane streets and the like old sort of historic part of the city. And this didn't feel too big or anything. It was actually pretty nimble and easy to maneuver around. And even when we were like fighting for trying to get into the Tesla parking spots, it wasn't too bad to like reverse in and get positioned and everything.
I like this.
The little shelf there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice for storage. Doors have a lot of storage too.
Tons of storage.
Yeah, this is like good with storage space, and it feels pretty roomy in here for like the overall size.
Stop trying to pull my hair.
Too bad there's not enough room for the kids.
All of that.
We haven't had a chance to scope out the air conditioning situation.
Yeah, actually, I feel like I guess we have the heat on, but we'll use it. The heated seats and the heated steering wheel are too hot. I have to keep turning it off. I'm sure it's a setting also, but it turns on automatically every single time we get in here, and immediately my hands start sweating, and my tushy's too warm. Just a little time. McDonald's train station.
I mean, if I were to ever have a minivan, this is the kind of minivan I would want.
Yeah. I don't know. Would you do this or like the EV9? Because we don't know enough about the EV9 like charging and stuff. I mean, definitely would charge better. Although the software would be.
Yeah,
probably
I was just
on par.
gonna say it's a hard pass for me if their software is exactly like the Ioniq.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is exactly much better.
This screen is much better than the Ioniq
that's
situation.
True. Yeah, it feels nicer in it. Yeah.
The Ioniq situation was just aggressively,
Just felt very like 1990s.
1990s thinking it's the year 2025.
Yeah. But I still think now that we've actually like done I mean, this is now a fairly significant road trip, 6 hours. I don't think that this is the best for road tripping, and it's obviously not like a car you just want in the city or that you're gonna like commute with. So I'm not really sure kind of what niche it is filling.
Nostalgia.
I guess, yeah. Like it would just, I think this would be a pain to road trip because we got, I think, about as good charging as we could get, and it was slow, and I mean, you'd be doing 30-40 minute stops every time, and you'd be stopping every like 2 hours.
In fact, that's what John and Becca are doing though in their ID4.
Yeah, it's just more leisurely road tripping. But I think not having the Tesla access would be a big downside of this, since VW doesn't have it yet.
Very different doing leisurely road tripping with two people than with a family.
Sure.
Yes, darling.
So yeah, I don't think I would recommend.
It's,
Especially
I mean,
for the
it's
price.
cool,
Yeah,
but no.
it's at least different and unique, but I
We've
think
gotten a
you're paying
lot of stairs.
yeah. I think you're paying a premium for that, and you're getting not very competitive like charging and range. Our efficiency now, since our last charging, is 21.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers driven, which is better than it was on the first leg, but still not all that good. I mean, the front of this thing is just a big brick driving down the road, so.
I mean, it's not aerodynamic either.
Yeah. Ooh, Lausanne, capital of
Oh, yes.
It's a boat train.
There's a boat train.
And we've also been driving like below the speed limit for most of this drive because of the traffic, so you think efficiency would be better than it would otherwise.
The regen should have been much better than it was.
Yeah. So overall, decent but not great.
Another Alpine dealership.
I've never seen an Alpine on the road.
Alpine, Nissan, Renault, and Dacia.
DC. There's Alpines, RX-40. All right, well, we're here now, so I guess that's going to be it. So not too much more to say about the Buzz. Honestly, it's like fine, but there's like, it's just kind of average. There's nothing like fantastic about it, nothing horrible about it, so I can't really go on like any rants or anything like that with it. It's good, it's fine. I'd say like it's kind of a 3 out of 5, something like that. So got us here safely, that's all I can really ask. It's a pain to park in this super tight garage, but I think anything would be awful in here. I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to go around this little narrow corridor again. But we are here now, and yeah, so we're going to go explore Lausanne. So we parked in here, and I thought maybe I would luck out and we'd actually have charging here, which would be awesome. But there's kind of like these, I'm not exactly sure what types of plug these are, but something to charge up the, I guess they're not like ambulances, but these are. So I thought maybe there'd be like outlets, but I think it's just for those, unfortunately. Even if you were to park in like one of these spots here, there's no like even wall outlets. Oh well, would have been nice. Oh, there's a stable. It's a video, go ahead. Finally having fondue here in Lausanne. Is it good? Oh, hot? Good.
Here, let me cut it in half. Let me cut it in half. It's hot.
All right, so here's the trunk room in the ID.Buzz. Pretty impressive. So with this second row pushed forward all the way, we could never figure out how to do this right side. We fit 2 178 centimeter ski bags. I'm pretty sure my skis are actually 182, so must be a little bit longer than that. So that's quite good. And then we found a way to fit the stroller and 2 big suitcases and 1 little suitcase in here also. No problem at all. The one downside is that there is no front trunk. So you've got, let me open this before. Basically this pops open, but all it is a little windshield washing fluid filler. And that's it. But yeah, here it is from the outside. Oh, guess we didn't get totally closed. Definitely fits though. We had no problem before. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. This is interesting. I've never seen a sign like this before. Please don't use this help to charge your car. I have to admit, the thought did cross my mind, but interesting that they had to put the sign there. Another pretty cool thing in Europe, and like this garage especially, is the cars from all over the place. So we've got this one from Germany, France, Switzerland. This one's Belgium. This one here is Denmark. And one thing I'm interested in, and I could probably just Google, but I'd be curious if anybody knows the answer, let me know in the comments below, is what is the difference here between, so like obviously Switzerland's got its own kind of unique ones where it doesn't have like the, this is sort of like the EU style that has the country on the side. There's a little bit different, and then they've got like this little tiny front plate, which I don't remember being the case, but is at least unique. And then they definitely do the thing where the first 2 letters designate like where it's from. So VD, I think, is Vaudois, is like the region here of Lausanne, and Germany does the same. So FR, actually F is Frankfurt, so I'm not sure what FR is. Freiburg, maybe? I don't think France does, because then they've got this part here where they have like the region code here, 03 for the Auvergne-Rhône Alps. But then Belgium is just all like one, I guess, because it's a smaller country. But like, why is Belgium this red one, whereas Germany and France are just like white? And then Denmark is also red. So it doesn't have anything to do with currencies, because Denmark is off of the euro, but Belgium is on it. Here's Poland, which is, I guess, is part of the EU. And then you've got a couple of countries have like these yellow ones, like Luxembourg, and I know the UK does also, as does, what else am I thinking of? The Netherlands. And then up there's Italy, and they don't do like they don't do either thing. There's no country code, and there's no coding by like the first 2 letters, from what I'm aware of. So it's all kind of different, but is that just because of, each country wants to be a little bit different, or is there a specific reason for it, especially like the red versus yellow versus white and blue kind of ones? Yeah, let me know if you know. All right, good morning. Very foggy, socked in morning here in Switzerland, and we need to charge the car before we return it, but these things are not working. To measure this, authentication failed. I don't have RFID because the rental agency never actually gave it to us. So these ones seem to be working. Let's try this one. This one was like blue a minute ago. So these are not supporting credit card right now. Awesome. Okay, I guess we're just gonna pay whatever the fee is to return it uncharged because we don't want to miss our flight. Alrighty. So Hertz has these smart #1 EVs, which I really wish I could check out because these are fairly interesting. They're no longer Mercedes. They are actually Chinese. I forget which brand, but they look pretty nice and very affordable. Hey, well, on the shuttle bus now back to the airport. Rental return was great. The guy here at Europcar was super friendly. I wanted to know like how our experience was, if the car was good, if charging was okay, and all that. And I told him, we just had some issues this morning and ran out of time, and he said no problem. He marked it as 100% full. So love that. Thank you, my friend at Europcar, and that probably just saved us coming to them again. So that was a great experience. All right, well, we're now at the airport, so just wrapping up here. We had a great trip, and car rental experience overall decent with Europcar. Could have done with like more information and stuff, and then it would have been really nice to know that we could have just dropped the car off without having to recharge it and be all stressed about it. But it is what it is. ID.Buzz was good. I'd say like not outstanding in any way, but also not horrible in any way. I do wish that the like navigation and routing stuff was much better because that would have helped us with making the plans for today with the drop off and everything. But instead we
you know, it's definitely a very much like do-it-yourself and kind of calculate everything experience.
Let me see.
So nice to have CarPlay, but without like integrating the EV stuff into it, not all that helpful. So yeah, overall decent, but I don't think I would like necessarily get it over much of the competition. All right, well with that, I think we're about to go board our plane. Next stop is going to be New Jersey, and we've got several more trips coming up. Unfortunately, not internationally, but we'll be driving around in our Rivian and Chevy Equinox EV quite a bit, so you don't want to miss any of that. So with that, we'll see you out there for another electric adventure soon.
You better 21st night of December. How does the song go if Santa comes to town?
Santa Claus is coming
No,
to town.
stop, no,
Okay.
like that.
Oh.
Tips ring, making it staring bright. What fun is it to ride and sing on the sleigh song tonight? Oh, oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. Woo!
Et les moniteurs qui vont